Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you guys like how I did this bomb look I have on right now, please tune in. And for additional information, I am going to be using the new Fenty bronzer Stalk'R to do that. So please tune in. Thank you. So first, of course, to start on my eyebrows, I'm going in with a dark red eyeliner to fill in my brows. First, I'm going to go in with this dark red liner to kind of shape and fill in the eyebrow that I want to the desire I want. Then I'm going to go in with my dark brown liner to kind of get the shade I want, which is the color of my hair. I'm going to go in and smoothen out the front end of my eyebrows to make them more natural. Then I'm going to go in with my NYX Eyebrow Control Freak Eyebrow Gel to kind of set it. To conceal the top of my eyebrows, I'm going in with my NYX HD Photogenic Concealer. I use this to only fill the top of my eyebrows because it's kind of the same shade as my foundation or my natural complexion. Now to conceal the bottom portion of my eyebrows, I'm going to use my MAC Prolongwear Concealer in the shade NW40. And I'm also going to be using this concealer as the base for my eyeshadow. Now I'm very quickly going to dust some powder on my eyelids to kind of set it. For my eyeshadow look, first I'm going to dip into the shade called Zubo, which is this purple shade from my Masquerade mini palette by Juvia's Place. And with my Morphe 441, all I'm doing is applying this and blending this color onto my crease area. Now I'm going to dip into this color called Ada, and I'm only applying this and blending it into the last upper portion of the last color I just applied, so my upper crease area. And I'm doing this with a smaller blending brush. Now I'm going to go into my Bling BossPalette by Morphe Jaclyn Hill. I'm going to go pick up the shade called Mystic. And I'm applying this to the lower portion of my crease area and blending it in. Now I'm going to go to my Saharan palette by Juvia's Place and pick up this black shade called Chad. And I'm applying this only to the lower portion of my crease area also, making sure I don't completely cover any colors. Next, I'm going to cut my entire crease of my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop in the shade Fair. I'm going to dip back into the Zubo color. The first color I applied all over my crease area, which was my transition color, and I'm applying this towards my lash line and making sure I kind of blow everything out. Now I'm going back to the shade Mystic and applying it right under the last shade I just applied onto my lid. So I'm kind of making more of a ombre effect on my lid across my lash line. Now I'm dipping back into the last shade called Chad, and I'm doing the same thing I did as before, but with kind of lighter strokes. Now finally for my eyeshadow, I'm going to go back to my Saharan palette and pick up this gold shade called Wadabe. And I'm going to apply this all over the front portion of my lid where I still have, you know, my cut crease, just the rest of my lid. Now I'm taking a small blending brush, just kind of blend in that gold shade I applied with the rest of my eyeshadow. Now to do my cat liner, I'm going in with my Inglot AMC Gel Liner in the shade 77, which is black. And all I'm doing is the traditional winged liner. Now to add some shimmer, I'm going in with my Flutteredbyro loose glitter in the shade gold. But first I'm going to use my NYX glue to apply that. For my lashes, I'm using my Faux Mink lashes in number 6. To prime my entire face, I'm going in with my Farsali Unicorn Primer to make a dewy finish. My matte foundation, I am using a matte foundation, so I don't really want it to be matte. I want it to be dewy, but I don't want it to be too oily. So I'm just adding a little bit of this primer before I add any foundation. Before I apply my foundation, I want to go in and color correct any dark spots. So I'm going to go in with my LA Colors ProConceal in the shade Orange. My foundation, I'm going to be using my Fenty Beauty Matte Foundation in the shade 440. Now instead of just applying finishing powder over my foundation, I use my Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. Not only is it an illuminator, but it kind of makes the foundation sit in my skin. So I really like this as a finishing setting spray. To highlight, I'm going back to my MAC Prolongwear Concealer in W40. Just to highlight, you know, the common areas you're supposed to highlight under my eyes, my chin, my nose, and my forehead. To contour, I'm going in with my Morphe concealer in the shade C565 Cocoa. It's the darkest concealer. So this is what I'm going to be using as my concealer. Now to bake all those areas I highlighted, I'm going to be using my Midnight Topaz Luxury Powder. And I'm also going to be using this to sharpen up my contour line a little bit. Now to line my waterline, I'm going in with my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Black Bear. For the next step, I'm taking my powder brush and blushing all that baking powder I applied earlier off. What I like to do now is just take my foundation brush and kind of, you know, blend in that harsh contour line for where I added the baking powder. It just makes the softer look. I don't like that harsh look on me at all. So that's what I do. Set my entire face. I'm going to be using my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus Setting Spray and my Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. Now finally, we are at the part I am most excited about today. I just went to Sephora and got my new Fenty Beauty Sun Stalk'R bronzer in the shade Mocha. Most excited about this bronzer today because I've been looking all my life for a bronzer that fits my skin tone. When I go into Sephora, all the bronzers are matching my skin tone, so it's been really hard to just darken up. I've been using my Smashbox contour palette with the terracotta bronzer to do that. If you haven't seen in my previous videos, to kind of bronze up my face a little bit more, but I'm very content to know that there's a bronzer that I can use. But if you guys don't know about the terracotta bronzer, it is a very orange based bronzer, and I don't want to be orange all the time, so I am so happy about this bronzer. So let's take a look and see how it looks. Now I am really liking this bronzer. It has like a very red, a slightly red undertone to it, so it fits perfectly with my skin tone. But I also wish that there was a shade in between those two shades, like the one before this shade. This is the dark shade of the bronzers, but I'm thinking that I can go a little bit lighter. But overall, this is a nice bronzer to use, and I'm going to be using it in future videos also. And we're going to highlight my cheekbones. I'm going to be using my Fenty Beauty Freestyle Highlighter Palette. I'm going to the shade Stone Cold. Lastly, for my lipstick, I'm going to be applying my MAC Retro Matte Lipstick in the shade High Drama. Alright guys, we are at the end of this makeup tutorial. If you guys like this video, please like the video and please comment any comment you need to comment, and please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be using this Fenty Stalk'R bronzer in many other videos to come, so please stay tuned and watch my other videos. Thank you. Have a nice day.